Hi, this is Melissa, your free range psychic, and today is June 28th, 2020. And today I'm going to do a past life reading on Mitch McConnell. I didn't get that much information on that past life, but did get portraits. So when I do my readings, I ask for the cards psychically. My guides tell me why they chose those cards. And my guides also are the ones who help me find out the identity of past lives. Or we're going to say alleged, because I can always be wrong. So take everything I do with a grain of salt. But saying that, this is what I got. And I literally heard my guides say this name. I was asking for initials, and I was going to research that way. They gave me hints regarding that he had been in the House of Lords around the same time as Lord Grey, I think. But I was getting frustrated, and then I just heard one of my guides say Fitzroy. And then I looked up Fitzroy, and I found Rear Admiral William Fitzroy. He's the fourth son of the Duke of Grafton, and he was born June 1st, 1786, and he died in 1857 on May 13th. He was English, and he served in the British Naval, the British Royal Navy. So I found very little information, and if anybody out there is a scholar of the British Navy at around that time, please let me know more about this person. There's got to be more about him. I just could not find much on the internet. I don't have access to a library in the time of COVID, and especially not like a British library that is focused on the Admiralty or the Royal Navy in England. But saying that, what I did find out was Lord William Fitzroy, he was on the ladder to becoming an admiral at a very young age. I believe he was a midshipman. He must have been 15 or 16, but by the age of 18, being royalty, being the son of a duke, he was allowed to skip quite a few of the rungs of the hierarchy of becoming a post captain. By the age of 18, he was made a post captain, and he was given control of ships, and he got into some trouble, and it didn't take him very long. The first thing he did, though, was tell his crew to call him my lord instead of Captain Fitzroy. Very first thing. Then at some point, he is court-martialed for two different counts. One is the count of tyranny and oppression, where he had a seaman flogged 48 times for drunkenness, and that was 4 times the amount of what was usually the sentence for being drunk on board. And the other, there's another part of that too. The master of the ship accused him of skimming money off a ship's supply, profiting off the sale of the ship's supplies. And then when he was accused of that, I think this is what happened. I see various accounts in the maybe 3 or 4 sources I found. He then puts the master in irons, which is a breach of Navy law, and he is then court-martialed and found guilty of both counts. One is tyranny and oppression, and the other is for the that theft. So he then loses his ability to be over a ship. But then he turns around. This is so typical of the Republicans. So this made me think, yeah, this could be a real genuine past life for McConnell, given that he didn't grow or change or learn anything. He then sued the master who had brought him up on, or assisted in bringing him up on court-martial charges for putting him in irons. And then the poor guy loses his rank, and he's never allowed to serve as an officer again. But even though for a period of time, Fitzwilliam is also dismissed from service because of the intervention of the Prince Regent, he's reinstated, and he climbs his way up to being an admiral without ever having to be active in service again. And then he goes on to just really briefly be in the House of Lords. And I don't know what else happened to him. I'm sure there's stories. There's got to be stories about this man. But that is what I found out about him. So, and we all know about Mitch McConnell. Addison. Why doesn't Mitch like the name Addison? Serving the great state of Kentucky. And we all have watched how horrid he has been in terms of blocking everything Obama did, and now shoving many unqualified Republican right-wing judges into positions that they're not really suited for, and obstructing any good thing that the House could possibly want to pass, and continuing on the ultra-conservative right-wing agenda, and he glories in it. So the first card, the subject card that both of them share, and that is Fitzroy and McConnell, my guides say is the devil. So they're coming from this evil place. Above the narcissist, the Five of Swords, they enjoy and glory in the misery and oppression of others. That's their juice. Gives them the will to live. That's what their purpose. I think they think on this earth is to harm others and profit off that. But it wouldn't be fun. It wouldn't be good for them if they didn't harm others in their climb for power and wealth. So this is both Fitzroy and McConnell greedy. It's all mine, baby. Underneath the King of Wands, this is really again, doubling down on motivation, having no compassion, having no remorse, sitting on their iron thrones with an iron thumb or an iron fist, and they are immovable. They're going to do what they're going to do. They're going to complete their agenda. Like for Mitch McConnell, it's not that he's going to do it. I'm not saying that, but in his mind, like, I'm going to end Social Security. I'm going to end, even though he really did benefit from things like Social Security and Medicare, whatever was around at the time when he was young, because he had, I'm not sure, somebody please correct me, either polio or something like that, and that's how his healthcare was funded. All the irony and the hypocrisy of these people. But he's an immovable force here, and I imagine that Fitzroy was also that way. This is the ending of Fitzroy's life, which I really know nothing about, except that he did pass away, I think it's 74. And this is going to be the future for Mitch. And I asked my guides about this card, and they say this is him. You know, it's like when you pick up your toys and you go home. And this is all the GOP. I think this is him losing his power, whether he loses the election or he loses a majority. This is the near future for him. He's got to, you know, move on here from his seat of power here. Above is the Knight of Swords. So this is both Mitch McConnell and Fitzroy. I think they're servants of aggression. They're the knights. I should say the knights serving the Dark Lord, this dark energy, leading the cause for tyranny, oppression, patriarchy. And they hold their torch high here. And in the end, the Tower. So the Tower's been predicted a lot for, you know, the Trump regime. And this is the destruction of the regime, the end of it, which we're seeing happen now in real time. Everything's just falling apart, right? And even Mitch McConnell is asking people to wear masks. I read in an article. It's too late. It's all too late. It's, you know, struck by the cosmic force of karma here, and everything's falling down here. I did another reading on Mitch McConnell. If you haven't seen it yet, go back and check my older videos, because there's more of a detailed prediction of what's going to happen to him there. But this is a past life reading. What do you think? I did see some similarities, the dead eyes of both people. You know, one's a portrait and one's in portraiture, I should say, and the other is you know, photographed. But I wouldn't be surprised. They both have that streak of cruelty there. And I'd like to know what you think. And if anybody has any more information about William Fitzroy and what his life really looked like, I would love to know that, because I could not find anything regarding, you know, when he left the Admiral or Admiralty. He never really left it. He was always the Rear Admiral. He never lost that title. But when he, you know, left active service, and there's a little bit about being in the House of Lords, but not too much. And I did not see anything about his personal life, except that his wife's name was Georgiana, and he had a couple of children. Not the Georgiana that was the woman of interest in the reading on Obama, Lord Grey's past life. I guess Georgiana must have been a common name amongst the peerage. We have a reading for an oracle card, I should say, for us, that my guides picked out. This is from the Ascended Masters deck, Doreen Virtue. And it is, we've had this once before, detach from drama. You've been drawn into the upsetting world of human egos by focusing upon a drama. Although it's nothing more than a story, the drama feels frightening to you. This card comes to you as a helping hand in finding your way out of the story by detaching from the drama. Don't get pulled into the various plots, twists, turns, and characters of the drama. Instead, view it as a movie that you know will have a happy or at least resolved ending. Of course, you'll have compassion for everyone involved, yet you don't have to let the drama pull you in any way. As you focus upon the positive, you bring about a positive resolution. Additional meanings: let go of attempts to make everyone happy, allow others to make their own choices in life. Don't delay your life's purpose by focusing upon other people's issues. Avoid gossiping about or judging others. So Pallas Athena is the Grecian goddess of wisdom, who becomes the patroness of Athens in a contest with the ocean god Poseidon. The term Pallas is one often given to Greek deities, and her more common name is simply Athena. She's a war goddess who uses wisdom instead of weapons to win conflicts. Call upon Pallas Athena for help with any conflict or any situation calling for wisdom. I hope everybody is well, who's ever watching this. Today it is a hot, humid day in Michigan, and it's going to be about 90 something out there. But it's been pretty cool for the last week, so we've had a bit of a respite from the hot temperatures, but here they're back, and it makes it for an eventful summer. I am going to be back next week with a video. Oh, I always mean to tell you this, I usually remember, and I just reminded myself. I do readings, past life readings, anything in the present. I am a medium, and also I can introduce you to your guardian angels. So I leave my information below, how you can get in touch with me, and also at the end of the musical interlude, which is coming up next. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Take care, and happy summer. Love you. Be back with you soon. Bye.